Hi everyone, this is Andrew LaFlame, and this is my dream library. So out front, you can see a lot of really big signage from like the sign library to some like movie poster-sized, well, giant movie poster-sized advertisements. So that could be for book series, that could be for school, community, or library events, just anything to get that initial visual hook to potential patrons. I also have a number of food carts available because it's a dream library. I want Indian food, Japanese food, Chinese food, Mexican food available anytime I could possibly want it. Then you have my two giant topiary animals, the llama and the elephant. I'd probably do my school mascot if I had the option, but this tool didn't have every animal in topiary form. And just in case you don't recognize this, this is the PC game The Sims 4. It's kind of like a house building life simulation game, and really awkwardly, my pseudo avatar character is flirty in the bottom left, so that's not weird at all right now. Let's go inside and check it out. So when you first come to the library, you get into a nice little lobby area. You have a little bubbling fountain, some quick little workstations with pens and other knickknack essentials you might need to take notes or write something out. I don't know. It seemed to fit. And then you also have the main circulation desk area. So this wasn't really any bigger than I felt the need to make it. We have the circulation desk, we have some storage, some Chromebook carts behind it, some basic library shelves, carts to get things back, and some more signage on the sides of the desk. You can also see a TV up there that syncs with all the other TVs you'll see throughout this to do, again, advertisement, signage, maybe if I need to get a message out to everybody in the library, that could be a way that isn't as disruptive as an audio announcement. I also have my periodicals here against the glass windows. This would also be new releases or anything else really hot ticket that students just come in to grab really quickly. All of my computer stations, for the most part, are also down here in range of the circulation desk. That is for tech support and also just general easy monitoring of the computers, because we all know students do not always make great choices. There'd be a number of probably 20 to 60 Chromebooks as well behind the desk. Who am I kidding? It's a dream library. I have like enough Chromebooks for the entire school hidden somewhere around here, if it's that scenario. Over on the left, I have my main classroom area. So my school only has 350 students. I haven't received any requests yet for like multiple classes at the same time. So in my dream library, I only have one classroom setup. So I have enough seating for a normal class and then some. This could also function for staff meetings, potentially for school board meetings. I have a giant TV here. I debated putting a projector, but this didn't have one. And if I have the dream money, I want the giant TV. This is also where I would house my reference books, so that would be a normal reference collection, as well as school-specific supplies like copies of textbooks in case students need a backup for the day. I put that here because I don't want people interrupting the classroom area any more than they have to, and reference books are generally what I see trafficked the least. These dividers are also here. Ignore that. If this needs to be sectioned off a little bit. In a real world, that might be something a little bit more soundproofy, depending on what the needs are. I have a quiet reading area here, a little bit more shelving. Over in this corner, I have my makerspace area. So again, I was kind of limited in the options available for what to put in here. So I put a number of like woodworking options, some basic counter space. I want this to represent more like hammers, screwdriver stuff, but it's kitchen supplies. Don't worry about it. Again, another TV. This is where I keep my main art supplies. So we have easels here that are available to be taken throughout the library, canvases over here on the side. Um, I don't want a makerspace just to be limited towards like the more crafty hands-on type things. I want all students to feel the library is a place to get resources relevant to them. So that's why I included some art stuff as well here, some more traditional art stuff. And on that note, on this side is my music space. So over here, I have a bunch of little small private studios for students to practice in, experiment with, just scream into the soundproof walls, whatever they need to do. You can see kind of a supply of guitars and violins down here, some keyboard setups over here on the side, even like a little private digital music room. Students are trying to get into the DJing. I don't know, but I had the option, so I put it there. And then the last corner of the downstairs first floor is the fiction kind of social area. So this is where I have the bulk of my flexible seating. I tried to just demonstrate that in a variety of chairs here, but in real world, this would be a little bit more organized. I have a wall here for announcements, maybe some student ownership type stuff like a Lego wall. And then all these shelves on the sides would be genreified, just because that's how my students prefer to look through books, and I'll be talking about that in my post as well this week. So just kind of have little seating nestled around everywhere, have some bench seating here looking out into the courtyard, which is what I guess I'll talk about now. So I love the idea of having an outdoor space in a library, so I put one in. It's a dream library. So there's seating here. We have these little picnic tables by the sides that are underneath the balconies, so even on a rainy day, they're a little bit safe. But we also have some patio seating over here. My awesome little elephant fountain that is apparently peeing from 3 sides. Weird. And just a little statue over here behind the kind of the pillar type thing. Yeah, so let's move upstairs. Boop. So once you come upstairs, we reach the second floor lobby. So this is primarily just another seating option. We have 4 groups of tables here and these aquariums, because again, Green Library, why not? I've had a PD session with Mike Anderson, who does social emotional learning. He's kind of the next responsive classroom guy. And he always tells stories about how a number of students just loved aquariums as a place to kind of sit down, stare at it, relax, zone out. And I think I kind of had that in mind when I put these in. Over here, we have the nonfiction section. So this area is also kind of the quiet reading area, because I can say the fiction area is supposed to be quiet, but it never will be. So we have little seats nestled all around, a little space here to advertise, and then a few more kind of areas hidden back here to look out the windows onto the beautiful lake area. Some more balcony seating to take advantage of the outdoor space. So we have benches all along the walls. We have some little benches closer to here as well. This isn't going to be a hugely active part, but again, I would want to spend time here, which was my goal kind of creating the Dream Library. Over here, we have the main office staff area. So there's my desk with like the supervillain artwork behind it. All this would be storage space, main supplies, processing area, extra carts to, if they are needed for whatever reason, store readed books, damaged books. You know how this job works. This is kind of more of a flexible space based on the needs of what's happening at the time. It could just be coming in with a small group one day because this is a big open workspace area. It is what it needs to be. This area is the one I feel weirdest about putting in. This is what I've been calling the kind of the teen area. So this is very not academically minded. This is to kind of cement the library as a extra space in the school, focusing on like after school programs, before school, maybe even like a reward area. So we have all sorts of setups here to maybe a little bit nicer computers for all the Fortnite fans, some art stations with anything a student could need without going all the way down to the makerspace area, shelving with anything from board games to extra supplies to anything they could need kind of in a social standpoint. I have more walls here, so it's corkboard because I couldn't get some other things in, but that could be, again, a Lego wall. It could be interactive like white space. Let's close that message. Or not white space, a whiteboard, blackboard, just more stuff for student ownership. Over here, probably should just delete this one. Just a giant video game. Why not? Dream Library. Let's put it in there. Some chessboards, some foosball tables that overlook the view. This might even be cordoned off during the day because it would definitely be a distraction if it was actually in the school, but I think there's a lot of value in having this socially minded space, this fun-minded space present here as well. So yeah, that's not my dream library, but what I think is a cool library. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry if this turned out a little bit longer than I planned, and have a great day.